Well, my name is Cheri Coleman. I'm Reverend, chaplain, board certified, ACPE. I'm a Christ follower, lover of people and God, family, friends, strangers, and called to really embody the gospel out in the world with people who are hurting and suffering.
Throughout her life, God has been preparing Cheri to meet the needs of those who have served in the armed forces.
Both of my grandfathers were veterans, and one of my grandfathers was wounded in World War II, and so as a kid I had gone to the veteran hospital, and it was terrible. And so I never wanted to work in a VA. Nope, no way, because I was about this big, and it was just a scary place. Well, lo and behold, the job comes open at Loma VA, and it had been open for over a year for a CPE supervisor, and they were about to change it to just a regular chaplain because they couldn't get an educator in there. And so I thought, I'll go over and take a walk around and meet with the chief chaplain and see what it's like. And so I did, and I thought, oh, I could totally work here.
For many service members, the road home can be a difficult one. VA chaplains are there to walk that road with them.
Chaplains are considered clinical, and clinical means at the bedside. So we go to the bedside and minister to people there, among the other things that we do. And I think that the work we do is very therapeutic, but we are not therapists. And at the same time, like in the VA, we have many people who suffer with PTSD and moral injury. And so having somebody who can be with you on the journey of sharing the secrets and the things done in war and combat, somebody who represents God, who can say, hey, that was not your entire responsibility. You are still loved, you are still human, you are still acceptable, I see you. That can be therapeutic and very healing. The veterans are fantastic. Working with the veterans is really a treasure. It's not easy. My first 6 months there, I was just doing patient care because we didn't have a program yet, and I was trying to get the program ready. And I was hearing stories from Vietnam, mostly 6, 7, 8, 10 a day, of men who I'd walk in the room. Maybe I'd follow the respiratory therapist and all things were great. And then I'd say, I'm the chaplain, and they would begin to weep and tell me their stories.
Not all service members return to celebrations. For many Vietnam veterans, home was another battlefield.
I think one of the things that's really hard for me is dealing with Vietnam vets. Those people are generally older than me, some of them a lot older than me, and I have memories of I had an uncle who served in Vietnam who had moral injury and PTSD, and like many of our Vietnam vets, was never really the same. They weren't welcomed, people spat on them. People called them baby killer. I mean, so much of our history that we're not proud of. And so they didn't come to the VA. They're like, heck no, I'm not doing that. So when some of them have come or do come, often it's after a long career and they lived their lives and they did great. And then they come as they're retiring and this Pandora's box gets open. And there's so much grief and trauma with older men who typically aren't as emotionally connected or available, and so they're bawling and they're like, what is wrong with me? I don't do this.
Today, we live with the cost of prolonged conflict that has come to define the lives of our younger service members.
We've been at war for more than 2 decades, so most of the young adults who are in the service now haven't ever known a time when we haven't been at war. And that's pretty heavy. Like, wow, Lord Jesus, forgive us and help us. we're getting more and more younger people. We're getting more women. They're just really angry and broken and wondering why. Why did I had no idea, They said I was going to get to see the world, or I was going to get to go to college, or all the things, and I had no idea that I would be in Fallujah. 1 minute, I was protecting my buddies and firing my gun, and the next minute, I'm the corpsman who was trying to save the same person that I was shooting at. And so war is ugly.
As Christians, are we willing to confront the realities of war and the cost paid by those who fight for us?
I have way more questions than answers when I think about our veterans. I'm forever grateful and admire and respect and appreciate. And I'm also brokenhearted, and some days I'm really angry at how they've sacrificed and how the majority of us really have no clue what it's cost them, or what it's cost their wives or children or parents,
This Veterans Day, we remember. Not every cause was just. Not every fight was for freedom. But every soldier is a child of God.